Oh, that is sensational. It's supposed to be one of the hardest fish you can catch on a fly rod. I believe it's a blue bastard, terrible name, called the mother-in-law fish or blue mowong, but most people know them as blue bastards. They're a flats fish, they're like a giant bream. Dave, I've got a feeling we're going to need to drive a bit closer to this fish, mate. There's a heap of reef over there and he's running straight forward. So I might get you to kick that motor into gear, Dave, please. What we want to do here is stay right on top of this fish during the fight, because blue bastards, from the limited experience that I've had with them, are always on sand flats where there's a bit of rock or coral or rubble around, even a bit of kelp maybe. So as a result, they can obviously do you pretty quickly in the rocks, and I'm only using 15-pound leader here. So by staying up on top of this fish, we might eliminate the chance of a tippet that's sort of along the coral. We might be able to get up on top of him and just keep that tippet up above. At the moment we're not too bad, we've made up a bit of ground. At the moment there's a massive bommy that he's hanging around. He's in it at the moment. Oh no. He's in it. And there we go. Unfortunately, he just got away from us. He just got right into that big bit of coral there, big mushroom. We could actually see him under there, and just that 15-pound leader. Well, it was never really going to last too long, but probably lasted a little longer than it should have. Anyway, keep trying. It is a big flying shark, isn't it? While Dave and I are out here on the flats, we might look a little bit silly, but we've actually got one of these buffs on here. This is from Sims. It's a really good thing. It basically just lets us sort of breathe pretty nicely, but covers all our ears, neck, face and nose, lips, just areas that get burnt from day in, day out fishing in these sort of high-vis areas with a lot of sunlight on you. We're looking for these bonefish, permit, golden trevally, just about anything on the flats here. And it's paramount that we see them first, so we're using these tonic sunglasses. They're a nice photochromatic lens. They lighten up when it's cloudy, they darken up when the sun comes out, so they actually adjust their own tint. They're a nice amber colour which sort of highlights all the colours that we need to see on these sand flats. So we're giving ourselves the best chance to spot a fish first, and then cast the fly out in front, let it sink, and just strip it nicely. Hopefully we're going to get a reaction, and hopefully we're going to catch ourselves a bonefish. Jeez, he's trying to eat my fish. Things haven't gone our way today, but just as we're ready to call it quits, we strike gold.
Oh, here he is on the left.
Yep, he's coming out just here.
Yep.
He's coming, mate.
You're on, Dave.
Not too sure. I'm still not too sure. Got a little bit of a look then.
What are you thinking he is, Dave?
Really don't know. The good news is I didn't foul hook a stingray.
I reckon it's a bonefish, Dave. I'm almost certain. I got a good look at it then, and I reckon it's definitely a bone. I'll tell you what, that's really, really exciting if it is. Both Dave and I have caught bonefish in other countries around the world, but neither of us have caught a bonefish here in Australia. Oh, well done, Dave. There we go. Look at that. Excellent, mate. Excellent work.
Good work. That is a nice bonefish.
It is a nice bonefish. I've heard they're pretty big over here. They don't seem to get real small. He's certainly pretty slippery, this guy. Let's see if we can get a hand under him. There we go.
Oh well.
Absolutely built for speed, these guys. They're like a giant whiting on steroids, or a torpedo. You can see that they're really are made for skimming through the water pretty fast, and they've actually got a pretty big tail. I'm kind of hiding most of it, but it's a really big forked tail, and of course with this torpedo-like body, they are just little rockets in the water. They call them the ghost of the flats, and the reason they call them the ghost is because they've got these really silver scales, and you see them at one point and then they turn side onto you and they literally reflect the sand directly in front of them, and it obviously makes them almost quite invisible, hence the ghost of the flats. Well done, Dave. It's an absolute beauty.
Oh, it is. It's a great fish. You like that little fly?
Absolutely. Not many fish don't like clousers.
Well, that's good, mate. My first Aussie bonefish.
I'm absolutely
over here.
I'm absolutely stoked for you, Dave. It's fantastic. Like we said, we've caught a few in different countries, and but neither of us had previously caught an Australian bonefish. So now you've got yourself a fair dinkum Aussie bone. Well done, mate. And I reckon I'm going to get this guy back as quick as I can.
Yeah, I think we should.
There we go. Beautiful fish, aren't they? Just lovely green back and silver scales. Off you go, mate.